England and all the different This Is England films. He's brilliant, and he's Denzel in Only Fools and Horses. So he's been in tons of things, and he's great as this sort of drug dealing, black guy, and who gets sort of, tortured basically by Harry Shannon, one of these bad movies, to find out evidence about what's been going on. And also, there's the political stuff around this film. There's the whole stuff about Belfast and the war in Ireland, which is still sort of flickering through this time period. You got to a period in the 1980s where the biggest bank in London was actually bombed, and I can still remember that. And that's represented in this film by having the Colin character who's gay, which is also another thing for that time period of film, to have a gay character who is the main point of gets killed, and you find out that he was running money for the dodgy council guy. So there's lots of spoilers in this podcast. If you haven't seen it, I apologize, but why not? This film is amazing. It's one of my favorite gangster films. It's up there with Bullet and Goodfellas and Casino for me. It's just a great film. But I have to say, though, I think I should also do for this podcast another fabulous Bob Hoskins film when he's on his uppers again, which is Mona Lisa. I don't know if you've seen that. All these films I said were done by Hand Leaf Productions, which was George Harrison's from the Beatles film company. He did all the Monty Pythons. He did Nuns on the Run. There is an absolutely fabulous book I can see from. I can't remember who wrote it, on the whole Hand Leaf Film Productions, which you can get. It's on my shelf, though. I just can't remember who wrote the book, but it's a whole sort of going through each film. It's very interesting. As I said, he started putting money up for Monty Python and then moved into all the sort of things before we got Channel 4 film. We had Hand Leaf first, basically. So anything you think was good in Britain, like Nuns on the Run and all the Python films, and anything that was good would have probably been on Hand Leaf Films in England before, unfortunately, he got made bankrupt by having very dodgy accountants. Unfortunately, that's what happened there. But anyway, Long Good Friday is an absolutely awesome film from start to finish. It has great music, it has great actors, and you have to imagine all these are their first sort of roles, like Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan. They're all their sort of first training ground, and they're still amazing. I love that. I think I love that scene where because it's a chauvinist time, but I love that scene in the lift with Helen Mirren and I think it's Harold's mind. I don't think it might be Jeff, actually. It might be Jeff, and he's trying to be a chauvinist and look at Helen Mirren's skirt and be really too close to her in a tight lift. Basically, I do like that scene. But she gets her way. She makes sure he knows exactly where his place is as a sort of minder guy, basically. Yeah, that's a great scene. As I said, Bob Hoskins is just Bob Great Hoskins in this film. Though if you want to see something